That being said, that channel, and again, not saying this to brag, but just to give examples, has made itself organically millions of dollars. When you include ads, tens of millions of dollars. The AppFind channel, like cumulatively, I'd have to double check, like in terms of ad revenue, $1 million, maybe another.
I love the AI conversation, especially around video, because we've got a lot of things.
It's so powerful to create that content on YouTube, because that's one of the very few things that actually has a moat that is still going to get that traction, viewership, and clicks, and actually potentially increase. And even I feel that with other ads, because I'm starting to see like some full AI ads, versus if you have an AI hook at the beginning and then it cuts in, it's like, okay, that's an interesting way to capture my attention. Now I can see who's really behind this. So that's where I think it's working well. So let's say you're going out there and you want to reach people that are interested in growing their brand, and they made a YouTube search on how to grow your brand. Well, you get your humanized video in front of them and it appears the top search results or in the feed or as a suggested video. It simulates them naturally finding it themselves. They click on that. Now they're watching it and you can see where the watch time is. Now you're attracting a brand new person. That's also going to help your channel grow. I have seen people that take the advice of, no, don't do the ads and just grind it out. And I've talked to people that have followed that advice for years and they've got not the best traction. They're not following the right strategies to be able to organically grow. Is it better to be a purist and have a really small reach? Or is it better to leverage these tools that YouTube actually gives you and do it the right way? I call it ethically bribing the YouTube algorithm to have your content show up and get in front of more people.
Hello.
What's up, everybody? We've got a good friend of ours coming in today, and I'm honestly really excited. Why do you look at me like that? Because I say Aleric's a good friend of ours?
No, I'm looking at you.
She's like, no, he's my friend. No, he's my friend.
Well, welcome to the YOUmanize Your Brand podcast. We have Aleric Heck with us. I want to read his official bio and we'll get into a really fun conversation. He's the founder and CEO of AdOutreach, and he's on a mission to help entrepreneurs and marketers harness YouTube ads to scale with integrity and impact. We are talking to his team, just so you know. So if you like anything, it's because of him. He got his start 16 years ago on YouTube building AppFind. By the way, he's like a YouTube prodigy. He once had the largest app review channel with 585,000 subscribers and discovered that YouTube ads never look back. He's helped 3,000 plus businesses worldwide generate multiple 9 figures in revenue, built his own 8-figure company, earned the ClickFunnels 2 Comma Club X Award, and led AdOutreach rank as the Prince is happy, as the 60th fastest growing company in America on the Inc. 5000. Do you like listen to this and you're like, oh my God, I'm so amazing? He's also the co-founder and CEO of keywordsearch.com, and which is an ad targeting platform.
AI ad targeting.
Yes. And we love that. We also love the YouTube thumbnail. That one we've really been enjoying. This is like becoming a little bio with little excerpts from Rachel. But overall, his mission is simple: empower businesses to scale their impact and create a positive ripple in the world.
There he is. The man, the myth, the legend. It's Aleric Heck.
Do you want us to introduce you every time?
Oh, thank you. I mean, yeah, can you just follow me around everywhere and introduce me? Well, it's incredible. And I really do appreciate, like, this is, of course, why you're so amazing at what you do, is because, you could take all these things and put it together in a really good way and a really good branding and positioning and humanizing it, which is awesome. So yeah, thank you so much again for having me on. I'm excited to be here.
Well, you've lived that life, and I mean, you've done so many things, and I understand where you come from as well too, because I've been doing this, for 20 years, and sometimes he's
a little bit younger than you.
I understand. Thank you.
I had to say it. I had to.
Just a little.
He's
bit,
even
right?
younger than me, but like, we're not doing ageism. It's because we're so freaking impressed by you.
Yeah. Because I mean, like,
and
they'll read my thing, and I'm like, wait a minute, Aleric's got the same stuff, and he's like, I got 10 years on the kid, so
maybe 20.
Maybe 20. God.
But one of the coolest things, so we've been working together, Aleric, on building your personal brand a bit, and your story, the beginning, forget YouTube, right? The video as a platform and your story and how you started to do that as a kid. I think it was at 12 years old. You have to tell that story a bit, because you've really been doing video and YouTube since you were a kid, unlike a lot of us. You got to tell the story and how that all unfolded for you and through high school.
Yeah, yeah, well, I appreciate it. And so, yeah, I got, my start on YouTube back in 2009. I was, 12 at the time, so I'm 28 now. I started doing videos just showing the best. Originally, it was mobile apps. Eventually, and just game. Usually, actually, originally games, and then apps. And then over time, it also became a tech review and tutorial channel. And I remember the reason that I started doing that is I fell in love with video at a very young age. So even before that, I had a video camera. There's a picture of me at like 6 or 7 with a video camera, and like the video camera is like really big compared to the kid version of me, and I just grew up like filming videos. My parents really encouraged me to be creative, so my brother and I and some friends would film different videos. And when I first discovered YouTube, actually in 2008, I started just uploading like sketch videos and kind of comedy videos. And then on that channel, I was just testing a few different things. I was just uploading different videos. And I uploaded a video on an app that I liked, and then it got more views than friends and family. And so I realized, well, wait a second, people are actually watching this video. I want to make a whole new channel about this. And that's when I created AppFind when I was 12, and I had the first generation iPod Touch. So it wasn't even an iPhone at the time, which is kind of funny, because I was like 12 at the time, and so I had this iPod Touch, and I had these mobile games and mobile apps. And the thing is, like, a lot of people like will go back and they'll turn off their old videos. They're still up there. You can go to AppFind, you can sort by oldest video. You can see me showing like the ball fill app review. It was like this like mobile app, like showing. It's also like the simplest game, because it's like generation 1 of these iPhone games. And so it's literally like you just tap the screen and it like creates a balloon or a ball or whatever, and then you just kind of fill. How many can you do before you fill up the screen is kind of like the game. And I'm doing this review, and by the way, that game was 99 cents back then. So it was just like one of those things where it's like, all right, how are people going to earn their hard-earned, or spend their hard-earned get iTunes gift card? And of course, there was other kids watching that at that time. But what started to happen was I was doing those. Originally it was games. Then I started talking about apps. And as I got a little bit older, I was talking about more apps. And then where the channel actually kind of took off and started to make money and started to actually become more of a, not quite business, but it kind of start evolving into a business, was a few years later, when I was, I think 14, and the iPhone 4 came out, and that was also the first iPhone I got as like an iPhone. And then also my dad got one, and my grandmother got one, and they're of course asking me how to use this, because I had the iPod Touch before, and then we all got these new iPhones, whatever promotion they were running to do that. We all got new iPhones, and it was also the year like a lot of people were starting to get iPhones. So it was just like, all right, here's how this works. I was showing all the different like features, and I said, you know what? Let me just make a video on this. So I made a complete beginner's guide of how to use the iPhone, and that was one of the first videos to get hundreds of thousands of views. And I realized, well, wait a second, a lot of people are watching this. It allowed my YouTube channel to get accepted in the partner program, where previously I had applied twice. I got denied. That was like back when it was more prestigious. You had to like kind of like really like apply and get in. Again, still, it's definitely a big accomplishment now to get the monetization status partnership. But back then it was like it was really not invite only, but it was application only. So there wasn't like a set qualification. I got denied a couple times, and then I applied after that video. I got accepted. I remember signing up, and my parents are always so supportive, but it was kind of funny because I remember my dad, and again, don't get this the wrong way, because he was super supportive, but I had to have him co-sign the papers with YouTube, because as a kid, you couldn't.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, how old were you at that time? You were.
Yeah, when I got the partner program. And he didn't want me to get like my hopes up too much. I think he just didn't want me to be like let down, right? And so he said, I've been looking this up online, and just so you know, like, it's not likely you're going to make that much money from this. I just want to make sure, you kind of know getting into this. And I remember I'm like, we'll see. And then,
And then you would do the same thing with Jada. You'd be like, "Ugh," yeah. And then what happened?
And then, I kept doing videos, but now I was doing tutorials. And a couple years later, the channel was doing much better. I crossed over 100,000 subscribers. So by the time I was a sophomore in high school, I crossed over 100,000 subscribers. And I remember the day I realized I was actually making good money at this was I had a teacher at the high school I went to come over and saw me showing my YouTube analytics dashboard. And it showed I had made over the last 12 months like $60,000. And he comes over, he's like, "What are you looking at?" I'm like, "Oh, this is just my YouTube analytics." And he's like, "Oh, that can't be right." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, that says you made $60,000." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, it is. Here, look, you can see this is how it, tracks. Here's what was each month." And then his face turns white and he's like, "That's more than I make."
But it's not funny. It's sad, but
Yeah, I know. Which, by the way, we definitely underpay our teachers. They are, and that teacher was an amazing. He was awesome. But like we definitely underpay our teachers for sure. But I just remember that that moment because also you don't really know. You're just like, "Oh, I'm building it up. This number's going up. It's exciting." It's like you don't realize like, "Oh, this is actually like real money," that was being made. And that's when I realized it was actually something. And then of course, grew it from there into college and got all these app sponsorships.
Well, I wanna pull it back, brother, because I mean, I love the story, and it also one, yes, you're almost 20 years younger than me. I heard that, and I've never realized it, but I never cared. Like we were just friends. It doesn't matter. Most people don't think I'm as old as I am, so let's get past that.
that he was like 32.
I wouldn't have yeah, exactly.
But we'll get off of me because this is not about me and my ego.
It always is.
I want to bring it back because you talked about the videos you're creating. So I look at Skylar. She's 13 now, our daughter. She started creating videos at least 2 years ago, like at 10, 11. And it's interesting because, dude, like I think it was last year she started going in, and I was like, I'm doing okay. I got like 20, I think I had like 25, 30,000 subscribers. Literally in about 4 months, she was able to pull 20,000 subscribers. She was doing videos. Again, you talked about the game of her just playing a game. She's just doing recording the screen and putting it up and getting millions of video views.
Can you explain that to me? I
But
still
hold
don't
on.
get it.
Let me pull it back. I'm
Okay,
not done
fine.
yet.
Okay.
And so she watches a lot of our stuff. She watches a lot of my videos. And so she goes in and she's like, I'm like, wow, and I was like, I'm proud that you're doing some videos, about what you think and being able to get. She goes, yeah, Dad, but no one watches those. Like when I try to like tell them the things I've learned from you or to really talk about how I'm feeling or how to be able to look at things differently, those videos kind of suck. So, I'm just going to go back to my videos that don't add any value at all. And it's hard because like in my world, I'm like, God, what are we doing here? Because you just a mindless video game that you're just watching someone that my kids spit on YouTube all day is watching other people play video games. And then when they try to actually do something that adds value that they've learned, it flops. So like that's kind of where I want to get your take on it.
Give us the hot take.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I think that it's one of the things is where your audience is. And also it's the same type of thing where consistency in any area is going to ultimately create the audience that you're looking for. So she's built up an audience of people that like to watch, the games, right? And then if she does other content, some of those people might be interested, but not all of them. And so then because YouTube sees, oh, you published this video, they don't look at like all the ins and outs of, what should be shown or not. It's like, it's more, okay, your viewers, every time you publish a game video, they click on it, they watch it, they love it. Oh, this new video, and YouTube's not thinking, oh, this is a video talking about, kind of lessons learned or feeling something like that. They're just saying, oh, this new video that your same audience watched at like a third the rate. Oh, we're not going to show this to as many people because your audience isn't quite as interested. But then it also doesn't, it maybe hasn't gotten that traction to a different audience yet. So the other thing is also,
I don't want to like pull her down, right? Like, cause like you want to empower these kids, and the first thing they see is, well,
they see followers and views.
let's see follower reviews, and I think that's cool. And they're like, well,
how long did they want that? What is it when you get the award?
the play button.
Yeah, the play button.
100,000 subscriber play button. Yeah.
Subscribers, yeah.
Oh, he has a play button. I'm like, yeah, like what?
He's got a couple.
So what I would say what I would say with that is it's comparing all of the time and effort built into the gaming videos to a couple of videos on something else. So the thing I think that I would recommend reminding her is she's built up an audience over time. Her first gaming videos didn't have as much exposure. One thing, if you have completely different topics, you may consider doing a different channel, branching out and doing a different channel and then building that one up. And you can cross promote them and say, hey, if you're interested in this, go over there or go over there. But doing a different channel could be a good opportunity. The other thing too is there's different size audiences for different things, but there's also benefits. So, for instance, my App Find YouTube channel, which I'll give you the scoop because I may be taking that back over and doing some AI. So this is you heard it here first. I'm planning out some things for 2026, and uh, uh, just through a variety. I had somebody else running it, and he's going to go a separate direction going into this new year. And I'm like, well, I've got this channel with 600. Now it's over 600,000 subscribers, and it's all built around tech. And I'm like, AI. I'm talking about AI more. Might take that over, and that might be my AI channel, and then push it to 1 million. But that channel, it's more mass market. My Aleric Heck channel that I have, where I talk about marketing, and I have my Marketing Minds podcast, and I do those things. That's got 80,000 subscribers. So that's actually working on its 100,000 subscriber play button like itself. Even that one. That being said, that channel, and again, not saying this to brag, but just to give examples, has made but itself organically, organically millions of dollars. When you include ads, tens of millions of dollars. The App Find channel, like cumulatively, I'd have to double check. Like it's just over, I think, like in terms of ad revenue, $1 million, maybe another 500,000 something plus in terms
It's
of
got
like
more subscribers, but it's converting at a lower rate.
exactly. And it's also because essentially it's only reliant on the ad revenue and on sponsorships versus, of course, the ad revenue is very little sponsorships on my personal channel, really none. And then the ad revenue is, of course, much lower, but it converts into high ticket clients because of what I'm talking about. So that's the other thing too is, Skylar, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken,
Yeah.
So with her, I would recommend she does both because she could have the gaming channel that builds up over time, but she's going to be really, I think, glad to have created a personal channel early. That's something that I didn't start until later. And if I go, not that I have no regrets or going back or whatever, I built up that. But like if I had built up a personal channel and personal brand alongside, I think it's good to have different brands, but she could have a brand around her gaming videos. And then she could also start building her personal brand. And it doesn't matter if that starts out smaller, because here's the thing: a personal brand, even with 10,000 subscribers, if her gaming channel has 100,000 plus subscribers and her personal brand is 10,000, those are both incredibly valuable. The gaming channel is great because she's got that exposure. She can build out, get sponsorships and add revenue. But then her personal brand allows her to go any direction, launch, exactly a coaching or consulting offer, or, any business she wants to launch, even if it's like any kind of product or anything, that can be a launch pad for that. So I would encourage both the gaming channel and a personal channel, and she can link back and forth.
These are the things that we need human beings, amazing experts like you, telling the younger generation this, because you lived it, because they don't see that they're not taught this stuff, Alec. And they instantly go, oh, well, this isn't worth anything because no one's looking at it. And they don't see, as parents, we can go in. So what we need you to do is carry all your play buttons over here to the house, hold on to them, be like, okay, Skylar, this is what you need to do. And then she might listen.
Honestly, she probably would.
Might say the exact same thing we might say, but she's going to be like,
Yeah.
well, this guy, he's got all the play buttons. So she asked me all the time, Dad, when are you getting your play button? I'm like, I'm a little far away from that, but I'll work towards it.
But he's making some really, really profound points, I think.
Yeah.
We talk a lot about, F the followers and these vanity metrics, and like more isn't always better, right? And quality over quantity. And I think your example there of the revenue from 100,000 to less than 100,000 to 600,000. That's a perfect example of what
Yeah.
you're talking about, and the way you nurture your audience. You're super specific. It's clear you have marketing minds, Aleric, like what you're talking about when we think about content and topics. Like, what you're going to get from this channel, and therefore it's converting really well. And I think a lot of people that are listening, people we work with, are really doing the wrong thing there. What they're saying versus their offer and their audience, there's a big disconnect there. And most people are chasing these vanity metrics because they think more is better.
Well, so that's what all the marketers are telling them to do, because that's how they sell more, classes, and trainings.
Exactly. So I'm curious, like in that vein, and especially going into 2026, what are the things that you're kind of myth busting or demystifying? Because things are changing a lot. And whether it's not just to be YouTube, but also maybe in general, since you are working with so many businesses and thinking about your own business and thinking about the products you have too.
Yeah. So I think the big thing to look at is that there's an opportunity on YouTube to build a YouTube first kind of marketing strategy, because YouTube's a catalog. So I think a big misconception people have is that all social media is, the same, or even that YouTube is social media, whereas YouTube's actually more of a catalog model. It's the only type of, any type of platform or social media platform, let's say, where you post a video now and people could be watching that video a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. I've got people watching videos that I made 10 years ago, which is kind of crazy because I'm like, this is kind of outdated at this point, but they still watch it. And that's the thing, is that people can continue to watch that content versus every other platform. You post something and it's gone, usually in 48 to 72 hours. Now, if you have something that really goes viral, it might last a few weeks, but then it's really not discoverable. You post something that goes viral on TikTok or on Instagram or Facebook, whether it's a video or a text post, it could, again, go viral potentially, but then after a few days, it's gone. It's not really indexable or discoverable. Whereas YouTube, you post something and it could actually build up over time, whether it goes viral initially or not. And people could be watching that years down the road. And so you're building up a catalog. And that's why YouTube channels are one of the only social medias that actually could sell for multiples, because you're building an asset. You actually have value in the back catalog of the content that you've created. And you have a real asset of people watching that content and watching those videos. So that's something to really think about, is can I build for YouTube first and then also create content on these other platforms? The other thing that YouTube is so valuable with is AI is able to search a lot of text and condense text and create an experience where maybe people don't need to go to all the websites. Again, this has different ramifications, especially around SEO. But with video, and even in the future, AI is doing more with video. We could talk about that too, because there's cool things you could do to animate, videos and use those in your ads. But it's not at the spot where AI is building videos on demand, and I think that's a way off. Like, in terms of, you ask, like, how can I do this, and then AI just creates a video in your Google search result. But the AI, pane, does pop up, and it has text. But if you're looking for a video, they actually now have videos underneath that. If you click expand on that text, they've got a video. In some of the top Google search results are videos. If you ask ChatGPT how to change a tire, and you're looking, and they'll give you text, but you're like, I want a video, bam, YouTube video. So it's so powerful to create that content on YouTube, because that's one of the very few things that actually has a moat that is still going to get that traction, viewership, and clicks, and actually potentially increase in the age of AI.
Love that. I love the AI conversation, especially around video, because we've got a lot of things. VEO3, I think it's still 3. They move so fast, and it was rolled out to everyone with YouTube. So and we have so much content, and then the average person is going through there. And then you have other platforms like Jack Dorsey's getting back in the game with Vine, or Divine, or whatever he's calling it right now, and going 100% no AI. And I think from what I heard too on TikTok, they're going to be launching here soon a slider bar to adjust how much AI content you get.
I love that.
So you can go, I want only
I
30% on
love
my
that. I
AI.
love it. I love it. And I think that big companies have to start doing that.
Yeah. So
Now, what's your take?
what's your take, man? I mean, because people are going through like, I know, we run LinkedIn and people are like, everything I see these days, it's like 90% AI. You can see it. And as human beings, we might get tricked initially. I mean, like when Sora 2 came out, dude, let me tell you the videos I made. I mean, I had people reaching out to me. They thought that I was on the ACL stage doing my first concert.
People are stupid,
I
man.
saw that video. I saw that
Yeah.
video.
And it was amazing. But like, and those videos I shared on YouTube, honestly, they got more views than anything else that I had put out previously.
They're shorts, right?
The shorts, yeah. So like, I'd love to know your take because I know that you stand for being human. I want to know where you think everything's going and what's going on.
So I'll actually share this in what I've seen with the data because I think it's really interesting what I'm seeing on the advertising side. Because I think that there's AI that we want to start utilizing in a way that's going to support us, but also that human connection and the ability to be authentic and be yourself is so powerful and important. And a way that people can actually trust and like build the know, like, and trust with you, especially in this day and age. Like people use the words like trust recession, right? People are, less trusting of one another. And I think AI is also fueling that. And in certain industries, I know there's also challenges, as well. With a lot of things out there, right? Big claims and AI, like all these things are coming together where people just want to know that they can trust you, right? And there are so many amazing people to trust that have the best intentions. But then in a world where it's kind of sometimes hard to tell with AI or hard to tell what somebody's intentions are and these different things. And so I think that what's going to be really interesting is how you can bring these together. And I'll give a great example with ads. So we have 3 different types of ads that we tested as AI is, coming out more and more, especially with Google VO3. Sora 2, also another great way that you can test some of these ads. But with Google VO3, here's what we tested. So we had our best performing ads with no AI. So our historic best performing ads. Then what we did is we created a AI only ad in multiple variations. So it was a good test. It wasn't just like we test one thing. It's like multiple variations of a full AI only ad. All the clips are AI throughout. And then an AI hook, first 8 seconds of the ad, followed by a human educate call to action, me, right? And so basically think me as a superhero jumping in, and I will save you from the evil ads corp, or all bad ads, or me walking down a medieval street. If you're not using, YouTube ads, you're practically living in medieval times, right? Things like that. And it like dressed as a king, walking down a medieval street. That's AI. But then it cuts to me and I say, so now I want to show you how you can leverage the power of YouTube video ads, just like you're watching right now, to scale your business to X, Y, and Z. So we tested those 3 things. And what performed the worst was the AI only ad, where it was just AI the entire time. I was not in it at all. It was just the AI avatar of me. And even though I was the AI avatar of a superhero, and we tested other versions too, that one performed the worst. I still performed, but it performed the worst. Next was the, pure, just, no AI ad, where it's me, our top performing ad. Performed the best was the AI hook, 8 seconds, then me actually, providing value and educating. And now what we're seeing is AI hooks are performing really, really well, but only if they're backed up by a person following it. And I the reason for this is the AI captures attention. Like you saw when you made a post, right? The AI captures attention. But is that going to get somebody to actually buy from you? What's going to get them to buy from you is actually then understand. Once you have their attention, actually getting to know you, actually hearing what it is that you do, the value that you provide, that you're a real person that has, that human, ability to provide value and to be like the person that can support them with whatever they're doing. So AI hook captures attention, then you dive in and can provide real value. I think that's where it's going. I think AI can help you amplify and, for instance, in this case in video, get attention of people. But then what's actually going to build the real connection is yourself inside of that ad.
Makes sense. I mean, again, that's
I have it. Here's what I think. If
Okay.
I think that is amazing. I love that you did this test. That's such compelling information. We have this conversation in a year or 2. my hot take and prediction would be that the one of you will come back into the fold as being, I think we're going to see this like
Well, full AI.
I
I mean,
think
full human.
the full
Yeah.
human. I'm really curious how this is going to cycle through, because now you have, that's your software that helps do that, right?
So Google VO3, but the software will help with the thumbnail. We are working on some AI software.
Okay, okay. So now you just said that, and all the everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, great, let me go do this," right? Because that's what we do. And now everyone has these like Rachel Medieval Time, Game of Thrones, like here I am, like all this stuff. Because like
you're already seeing yourself in it.
Yeah, I'm already seeing like Rachel Wonder Woman and like Josh Batman. Like cool. And like then we're gonna be like, this is stupid, right? Like where's just Rachel and Josh? So that's my prediction. But we don't know. Like, wouldn't you say a year or two ago it was so much more predictable when it came to like, here's how we're gonna make some ads for our clients? Like, I feel like the game has just changed so fast.
It is changing quickly. I also think that there's not going to be a right or wrong. I think that there's going to be certain industries, certain people, certain things that will perform with the the human creatives, and then also ads that will perform well with AI hooks. And eventually we are going to get to the spot where it's so hard to tell with AI that you will have AI only ads that start to perform. That being said, that's where it gets into an odd area where will that really work on the back end? Maybe you can get the lead, but is it gonna, and how people are gonna feel about that too. So I think it's a very interesting thing. But I've even found myself, like, if it's a full AI ad, I don't know where that company really stacks up. It's just a weird feeling that you're just like, well, what is this company? Who is behind this, right? Kind of deal. And even I feel that with other ads, because I'm starting to see like some full AI ads. Versus if you have an AI hook at the beginning and then it cuts in, it's like, okay, that's an interesting way to capture my attention. Now I can see who's really behind this. So that's where I think it's working well. We also still have hooks that are just myself at the beginning, so not with the AI. We're not running the full AI videos actively right now, although we are going to test some more in the future. But like that test was pretty conclusive, at least with that data. And some of our clients are running, the full AI ads, just for clarity. But basically, yeah, I think it's gonna be very interesting, and I think that those two versions are what I would put more money on performing the best, is no AI or AI hook. And then the full AI, I think there's going to be examples of it performing well, but I think we are still a ways off before that's going to start outperforming for a variety of different reasons. But again, that could be wrong too. So it's valuable to.
I'm interested to see. And I mean, like, Alec, I'm trying to not let my ADHD kick in because we're getting into AI. So of course now I'm like, okay, how can we have some fun? Because we only have so much time with you today. And like I want to be like, did you hear about the new AI chef out of Dubai? They've got a restaurant. Like the head chef, Rachel, is a pure AI model. They uploaded and you go in and they just have people working for the head chef and it's an AI. It's crazy. And I mean, it's you talk to it. It's got a video. It's got everything.
Does it cook?
No, it just tells everyone how to cook.
Oh.
It's the head chef. The head chef never cooks. Come on.
How are the people being
properly
trained and checking?
We're pulling everything. I know we're going to go way off topic here, but again, I know, Alec, you got to check
it. Wait. When you said that, I was like, oh, it's like a robot. They have like a chef robot.
No, it's like a video. We'll get into it on another call, but I mean, like, seriously, it's crazy on where these things are going, and what is being experimented with, with AI. And look, there's a lot of questions we could go into, man. I want to make sure that we really go in. Like, what do you want to hit like rapid fire with Aleric and really see, like, if we can throw him off his game or see how quick this youngin is now. God, man, it's just still stuck on these 20 years.
Do you have some rapid fire?
Yeah, wherever you want to go.
Yeah, let's do some rapid fire.
Yeah.
What's the boldest YouTube ads belief you hold that most marketers disagree with?
Oh, you can ultimately see better success over the long run using YouTube in-feed ads to grow your channel than not using them. So where marketers, there's some purists on the organic side that do not want to tap ads to grow their channel. And there are people that are very outspoken about that. And I come in with a different perspective because, and so this is the boldest one that other people don't agree with. Now, in the past, I had the YouTube ads beat Facebook ads, example. So that's probably where you thought I was going to go. But what I would say with this is YouTube themselves have come out and said that if you're running YouTube ads, it does not affect your organic reach. The other thing is also if you're running in-stream ads, and also it wouldn't make sense for them to set it up that way anyways, right? If you're running in-stream ads, because they want the advertising and you also have your reach. If you're running in-stream ads, we recommend doing those on unlisted because people can skip them after a few seconds. So that could harm your watch time stats, which theoretically could, potentially, cause challenges, even though YouTube says it doesn't. So we always do those unlisted. So those are unlisted videos. But with in-feed ads appear in search results as a suggested video. It simulates people naturally finding the video itself. So let's say you're going out there and you want to reach people that are interested in growing their brand, and they're a business owner in the United States, top 10% household income, and they made a YouTube search on how to grow your brand. Well, you get your YOUmanized video in front of them, and it appears the top search results or in the feed or as a suggested video. It simulates them naturally finding it themselves. They click on that. Now they're watching it, and you can see where the watch time is. Now you're attracting a brand new person. That's also going to help your channel grow. So here's the other thing. I have seen people that take the advice of no, don't do the ads and just grind it out. And I've talked to people that have followed that advice for years and they've gotten not the best traction. Now, maybe, they're not following the right strategies to be able to organically grow. But what I would say is, is it better to be a purist and have a really small, reach, or is it better to leverage these tools that YouTube actually gives you and do it the right way? Again, there's a right way to do it. And actually, I call it ethically bribing the YouTube algorithm to have your content show up and get in front of more people.
So one question, and I love, we're definitely
thinking, and I want to make sure you get enough time to, and I just want to tell everyone watching after hearing that, Rachel, I know we've already, hired Aleric to be able to teach us how to be able to build our YouTube channel. Can you just give him some money to run some freaking ads now? He just sold me. Give the man some more money.
No, but part of what we've talked to with this team is we need to get it going, right? You need to get some. And so what kind of budgets do you typically for the people that are doing the kind of thing we're doing?
So for in-feed ads, it's actually great. You could do as little as $5 to $10 a day on your videos and actually start seeing traction because you can get people, and it depends on how niche down you want them to be. Do you want this to be somebody who's going to be watching and some of them are going to be ideal clients, or do you want to be very these are all ideal clients? So again, there's some differences, but you could go, anywhere, let's say in the US, 5 cents to peak might be 50 cents, but really average maybe let's say 10-cent high quality views on your videos. And these are people that can actually watch, your videos over a longer period of time. Now, some could be lower, some could be more expensive. It just depends on how targeted you get with these views. But because these are cost per view campaigns, you don't have to spend as much as regular ads. So regular ads, you want to have those campaigns be at least $25 a day across at least 2 campaigns. Those are the ones that run in front of videos, in stream, but also there's now demand gen. This is getting a little too technical, but essentially it's designed to drive conversions. The ones designed to drive conversions, you want to have those campaigns be at least $25 a day. And with those, you always want to have at least 2 campaigns because you got to split test them against each other. So normally we say $50 a day for that. But with the in-feed ads to grow your channel, you can do those as little as $5 to $10 a day because you have more data optimizing for them based on the fact that it's optimizing per view. The other ones are optimizing for conversions. You need to have enough budget to get conversions each day. Whereas with views, you'll get a bunch of views each day, and then you can continue to optimize from there. And so you can see some really good success even just doing $10 a day for 7 days on your YouTube video. So you could put aside a $300 per month budget if you're doing a video every week. And you don't need to do this with shorts, by the way. So I'm not recommending that with this. I would recommend this with long form. And then your shorts also are kind of like little mini ads for your long form videos. So if you have a long form video podcast episode like this, what you can do is you can clip that up into shorts, and those shorts, those daily shorts, have the little related tab that link back to your long form video. Think of those like organic free ads for your long form video. The goal is to get them to start watching the podcast episode. And then you run in-feed ads. Again, these are the ones that only show up in the search results, suggested videos. These aren't the ones that are in front of other videos. These are the ones that pop up as if somebody naturally found your video. And so you're running those. You could run those as little as $10 a day, and then you're going to bid per view. I would start the bidding at 11 cents, and you'll probably get somewhere between 5 and 10 cent per view average. And then you're doing that for $10 a day, so you could get anywhere from 100 to 200 views per day with people that are interested in branding, interested in business. Now, these people might not be the ones that are ready to buy immediately. Again, the in-stream ads are more designed to get people that are ready to opt in. A portion of those are ready to like buy. This is more about getting viewership, which over time will bring people into your channel, warm things up, and grow your channel.
Love it.
Right. And do you, we would use as a sample case our best performing video, right, today?
So you can use your best performing video. What we like to do is you just test different individual videos, but you can use your best performing video as well. What's common is people either take their best performing or also the one that maybe isn't performing as well. They repackage it and they use in-feed ads to give it new life is also another opportunity as well.
See,
Awesome.
this is what I love about Ray. Like she's going in, Aleric, she's got you here. We've got the time. She's asking the very specific question that we do. In the back of my mind, I'm going, how much I need to ask Aleric how much money I have to spend so I can get my YouTube play button so I can feel cool in front of my daughter.
Do you mean the YOUmanize Your Brand channel?
Sure.
Not Joshua B. Lee.
I mean, Joshua B. Lee YouTube. I mean, whatever works. I just need the damn button. No,
so there are subscriber ads, but those don't always equate to the viewership that you want. So you can run ads with the conversion action to drive subscribers, which can grow subscriber growth. And some of those people will watch the videos, but those ads are targeted to people that are likely to subscribe to a channel. But that also doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to
You're
view
just
all of your
really
content.
playing the vanity metrics again, right?
That's why it's like follower ads, right? Like some of those people might be interested, but it's not generally recommended on other platforms. What I would recommend instead is the in-feed ad strategy. You will pay more per subscriber than subscriber ads, but you'll actually get more viewers. Now, what some people who are less a fan of this strategy will say, well, first of all, they know that the promote strategy. What they'll say, well, not all those people are going to watch all your videos. Well, yeah, but not everybody who stumbles upon any of your videos is going to watch all your videos. So you just got to make sure that the watch time is good. You're doing it as in-feed ads. Those are the things to look at.
Mic drop right there.
So good.
So good, man. Thank you so much.
Wait, my last question
is,
is,
I told you she gets lots of questions.
since you're in Austin, tacos or barbecue?
Oh, tacos or barbecue. Well, so I mean, that's a hard choice to choosing between the two. I would say I more frequently have tacos and I love tacos, but also when I have barbecue, it's fantastic. So that's my very diplomatic way of answering the question is that I will have a higher quantity of tacos and I love them. And then I also, when I have barbecue, that is fantastic as well.
And you know what Josh is thinking? I'm going to have a barbecue taco.
And that's the best.
I was just like, dude, I can name about 5 places I can get a barbecue taco right now.
That's the best. That's the best. Oh, there was this. They had this little farmers market near here, and they had it was like these like ninja pig tacos, and it was like this barbecue tacos, fantastic. And then they stopped showing up there. So I hope they're doing well. I know they were looking to get a food truck. So now I gotta chase down their food trucks.
Right, everyone, if you know where the ninja barbecue taco, ninja pig tacos are, please message us. Aleric, no, dude. Again, brother, thank you so much
for everything. This was awesome. We learned a lot. Opened my mind as always, and you're so great. So thank you for hanging out with us. We'll have all the show notes and ways that people could follow you. So thanks again.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Bye, buddy. If today's episode sparked something in you, you don't have to keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who's building something with heart. And hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next.
If you're ready to humanize your brand now and show up with soul, grab our free guide, 3 Hidden Signals at standoutauthority.com/3, the number 3, hidden signals. We'll see you soon.